very much, I mean, just the tiniest bit of Shino Cream. Shino Cream is a Duncan brand, and it's their Renaissance collection, and the Shino Cream is just really runny. So Red Gold and Shino Cream are very runny, and the Copper Jade by itself would not be runny, but I got really nice results on this bowl. So I'll move it out of the way. I've got all my notes over here. Next, I want to compare. This is the Butter Keeper that I made a video on making it and waxing it, and you probably have seen that if you are one of my subscribers. This is Blue Surf. This is Mayco's Blue Surf number 100, and with Mayco's Midnight Rain on the top here. Midnight Rain is number 115. They both are the same basic color, except that 115 has the crystals in it. And so, as you can see, having just put the crystals on the very top and not even getting them on the outside rim here, I was very cautious. It still had some of it come around to the other side. Crystalline glaze really runs. Excuse me, and they don't recommend that you put it on a vertical surface. And so it just slid right under, but that's okay because it all worked out okay. Now, this one, excuse me, this piece is done with and this fits in here just like that. This is that little Butter Keeper that I was telling you I was making for a special customer. It turned out more blue than black. She's the one that had the black countertops, and it kind of surprised me that it was this much of a royal blue. But this, if you'll remember, this one is the caddy that we put the black underglaze on. So with black underglaze and then the Blue Surf on top of that, number 100 was all over it on top of the underglaze, and then around the top we have the 115 crystalline glaze. So on a vertical surface, here it is on a flat surface, and it kind of made little splotches, you know, little sort of stationary places, except where it ran over the edge. And this one, it really ran and really made a different mark on it. Same color, just very different. And so on here you can see this is without the black underglaze, and this is with the black underglaze. So this is much more dramatic color turning out than this is. I hope you can see that in there. I kind of like that black underglaze. It's very dramatic. So there is that. Let's see, put this here. Let me put this one here. And then this also is Blue Surf. And up here on the top we have the crystalline number 115, Midnight Rain. Same basic color, but with crystals in it. So as you can see, the crystals kind of, even though I didn't put any crystalline glaze any further down than this, it ran, and this just almost went over the edge. It came very close, but it doesn't interfere with the function of the lid. So I was very happy with that. And this is also one that I believe I may have used in a video where I showed you how to use the grinding paste for fitting the lids. And as you can see, this is very, very smooth operation on this. Okay, well, let's get to our little piggies. This is weathered blue, and this is, let's see, I believe this is a Mayco. Is it a Mayco? I believe it's a Mayco color. And on the top here, I put Monsoon C. It's a little small jar, and I believe Mayco makes it. And I put some of that darker Monsoon C. It has crystalline in it also, little black crystals. And I put some on his ears and on his backside, just right there. And this weathered blue kind of surprised me because this really does look weathered. Wasn't sure how that was going to come out, but there are places that were covered, definitely covered with glaze, but there are some pits in it, and I believe that is part of the characteristic of the glaze, because it happened all over and it didn't happen to any of the other things. So I don't think it was a firing issue. I think that that's the nature of the glaze. But if you want something that actually looks kind of beat up and weathered, definitely get that weathered blue. There's a place on his ear that's kind of weathered looking, but that's a cute little piggy bank for and Mayco glaze doesn't run. You can just about put it down to the bottom edge here and not have to worry about it. Here is a low fire. This is over fired, but it was an 06 glaze, and it came out really green, and it should be kind of a turquoise. This is turquoise haze, and it's a low fire glaze. Little Monsoon C's up here on his ears also. It's totally okay. It's just not the color that it would normally have come out had it not been overfired. But the kiln probably got a little hotter than should have on this one. Let's see, next, let's do this guy. This is a little egg separator, and this has, this is Goldenrod Shino on speckled brown clay. So these little particles here is not the glaze. This is the little iron specks that are in the clay that are showing up through the glaze. So this is Goldenrod Shino with Shino Cream just barely on the edge. You can probably just barely see the color change. This is a little bit lighter yellow than down here, but it's a nice glaze. I put 3 coats on it. It probably could have done with another coat because it's got a little bit of orange peel texture to it, and I think that that's because it didn't get enough glaze, or the coats that I put on there were too thin. But it's still functional. It's definitely sealed up. I mean, it's well glazed. Everything is well covered. Let's see. This one turned out. This was a nice surprise. This is this is ancient jasper on the bottom down here, with about 1.5 inches, maybe down to here, of blue rutile, and then a tiny bit of Shino Cream on the very edge. So this one, I just really like it, and I'm so proud that it didn't run over the edge. This had a foot, let's see, it looks a little thicker, ran a little bit more on this side, but it had a foot with a little indentation right here. And as you can see over on this side, it pretty much filled it up. So Ancient Jasper is Potter's Choice, and the Blue Rutile is also a Potter's Choice. The Shino Cream is a Duncan Renaissance. It's that one that I use a lot. And as I've told you, it's very runny. And you know that Blue Rutile is also pretty runny. But this turned out very nice. The little ice cream dish. This was a surprise too, and an experiment. This is deep fire brick on the bottom, and it has Albany slip on top of it. So the Albany slip is what's caused these little light colored kind of speckledy, sort of a beige yellow spotted look on top of that fire brick. Now around the rim I put just enough snowy plum to change the color on the rim just a little bit, and that also is a speckledy kind of a thing. Snowy plum, it's kind of weird the way it does, but you can spot it on anything because of the nature of the drips. Let's see, let's get a good example here. Here's a good area right here. It always does this. It's almost like water and oil mixing, and so you have these little places that I don't think there's oil in it, but I think it looks like something that's resisting oil or something. Doesn't want to mix, and it's a very unusual glaze. And I'm wishing now that I had put it all on the inside. You can see my brush strokes, just a little bit of the Albany slip on the inside of this. So if I do this again, I'll probably do fire brick on the bottom, which is a Potter's Choice color, and then Albany slip is also a Potter's Choice color. And so I'll probably put 2 coats of Albany slip and then do this too. I like the combination. I think I needed more Albany slip on there. And I didn't go past this rim with the snowy plum. I was very careful not to get it on this side too much. I mostly had it on the inside so that it would fall to the inside. And I think we covered everything. This is my biggest surprise. I mean, this is just phenomenal. I hope that the camera can capture all the nuances of the runny colors in there. I mean, you're always taking a chance when you refire something. But this, I handed it over and said, just put it in there and fire it. I know it may come out really bad, but let's just do it anyway. And this was probably one of the nicest surprises I've had. Okay, well, I've got 2 more glaze videos to do, each of them with just a few things. I think if you put too many glaze projects in one video, it's overwhelming and confusing, especially if people are taking notes on the glazes. So I've got 2 more to do, and we'll have those coming up soon. So thanks for watching. See you next time.